On dividing the first equation by k on both sides gives you 1 over k times sigma I is equals to 1 to k yi, and whenever I divide it here, so it gives you only a here, and similarly I get b times sigma I is equals to 1 to k xi and whole divided by k, dividing both sides by k. Similarly, from the second equation, if I divide it throughout by n minus k, then I get sigma equals to k plus 1 to n yi on the left side. Here n minus k will be cancelled out, remaining will be only a here, and plus b times sigma I is equals to k plus 1 to n xi whole divided by n minus k. So these are the main equations which we are looking for, and we are now very close to the finish of this theory part of this article. So here you can see, if you can identify the results, then it will be much easier to understand what actually is happening here. If you look at this result carefully, so we can see here the sum of the k quantities and divided by k, and of course I believe you already know this gives you the average. Similarly, this is the same here, it also represents the average, and except b, the remaining quotient represents the average, and same here. So here we are now going to replace all these averages by substituting, and we say that taking this sigma I equals to 1 to k yi over k, let us call this as y1 bar, representing the average. Similarly, this quantity of sigma I equals to 1 to k xi over k, we call it as, say, x1 bar. Similarly, we can take here, from here, 1 over n minus k, let me write it at the top. Okay, so here you can see, after doing this, okay, we are making the substitution of the average. So here we are taking sigma I varies from k plus 1 to n whole divided by n minus k, and this is equals to, say, y2 bar, and from this part we get sigma I equals to k plus 1 to n whole divided by n minus k, say this is equals to x2 bar. So these are the 4 substitutions we are going to introduce in these 2 equations. So whenever you bring these changes into these equations, the equations now takes the form y1 bar is equals to a plus b times x1 bar, and y2 bar is equals to a plus b times x2 bar. So here you can see we ultimately got the 2 equations from the 2 groups which we have developed. Now you can understand from the title of the method, okay, initially we have divided the set of points into the 2 groups. So that was the one part of the title where we have given the name of method of group, and second is the average. As you have seen that we are introducing here the average. So that's why perhaps we call this method as the method of group of averages. Now, from these 2 equations, we are looking for these 2 unknown. Basically, why actually we are constructing these 2 equations? These 2 equations were constructed just to find out the 2 unknown. And these 2 unknown, if you remember, are an essential part of the equation of the straight line which we have to pass through the given set of points. And we require these 2 unknown. So these 2 questions will be helpful and guide us to find out the suitable A and B and then we can put those A and B back into this main equation of the straight line, and that is the required equation of the line, which is going to approximate the given set of points. So you have to keep this this set of equations in your mind whenever you are working for the method of group of averages. There is no need to reconstruct these equations. I have just given the theory of this method for your understanding point of view. But for solving the question, we shall be not constructing the whole theory. We shall be taking this set of equation in order to solve the problems directly. So here y1 bar represents the averages. So keep these things in your mind. First of all, we have to calculate the averages and then bring the data into these two equations and solve them simultaneously. And ultimately, we'll be able to find out the two unknowns which are in the form of A and B. So this was the whole procedure and whole theory behind this method. And now you have understood how and why actually we are constructing these two equations, because there were two unknowns involved into the equation. That's why we required at least two equations to solve, to find out the two unknowns. Okay, after doing this, the next part of the lecture is to solve a question, and you'll see the theory is a bit technical and perhaps it looks a bit tedious to understand or to reach to these two equations, but the application of the theory is very straightforward and very simple. And whenever I solve the question, you'll see it's not very complicated to solve the question by using the method of group of averages. So here we start solving a question. Okay, the question is, of course you are given a set of points. Okay, so here we have a set of points, and the set of points are in the form of a table of points x and y, and this is an example we are solving. The values of x are 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. This is the set of x coordinate, and the corresponding values of y are 12, 15, 17, 22, 24, and 30. And the required curve which we have to pass through the given set of equation, given set of points is the same straight line, y is equals to ax plus b. Okay, now you can see here we are looking for these two unknown, and in order to find them out we require two equations, and we shall be using directly the same two equations of the method of group of averages we have just developed, and this is the set of point we have to use. Now the first step is to divide your set of points into two groups. So first of all, count them. So you can see here these are 6 points, and of course even number, then it is a bit easier to take 3 in the first group and 3 in the second group. So here we construct the table two groups, and we call it as your group number 1, and this is your group number 2. So in these two groups we further divided it into the two parts of x and y coordinates. So the first 3 points I'm taking in group number 1, 0, 5, and 10, and 15, 20, and 25. So here you can see here we have divided the given set of points into the two groups, one containing 3 and the other also contains 3, because these are even number of points. And the corresponding values of y are 12, 15, and 17, and then 22, 24, and 30. So here you can see we have constructed a table of the two groups, and now from this group we construct two more informations which we require to solve the two questions of the method group of averages, we now take the sum of these two. So here we have sigma x. If we count and take the sum of these values,